accepted from regular freight service? Did they? I'm sure you had guys who really wanted to do this. So
that's a good question, and I wanted to include that into the previous answer, but that's perfect timing. So we are a crew that's specifically assigned to this locomotive only, and I've had the privilege of hand-picking everybody on the crew. And we're in the process of developing the depth of our roster, and we have Jimmy Thompson's now qualified as a locomotive fireman, and he serves as apprenticeship for many years, 9 years now, right? And Jimmy knows many aspects of that locomotive. So it's only fitting that those would be the people that you want in those positions. I'm also very pleased to have been working with Austin. Austin's been training as an engineer, and you'll see him as well as our colleague Kurt running as well. And so that's one of the most exciting times that I get to sit over there and fire the locomotive where they're learning to run it. And this machine it's big, no pun intended. It's a very, very big machine. It's literally 2 844s. So the very crew that gets to maintain it and has the privilege and all of the skill and the years of apprenticeship on working on it, rebuilding it, fixing it, maintaining it, they are the crews that I want to have operating it. So I'm very, very privileged to be in a position to start transitioning that training. And as I mentioned, Jimmy doing an outstanding job, Austin, a fabulous, naturally talented machinist, welder, and very soon becoming an outstanding operator, locomotive engineer. I'm very proud of all of these guys.
All right.
My name is Riley. I'm from Joliet, Illinois. My question is, do you ever take anybody in for the Union Pacific Steel program?
Question is, do we take anyone in? Well, presently we don't have any openings, and when we do, we always list those openings at upjobs.com. I'm sure everyone could relate. It's a question that we receive frequently. How do you get on the crew? And I have to kind of smile in a way. From the outside looking in, don't get me wrong, this is a fabulous, fun experience for all of us. But it's a job that's not for everyone, because there's a lot of hard work. If you look at the clothing that we wear, they're dirty. This is 1940s work, completely. And there's a few moments of, I don't even know how to characterize it, downtime, I suppose. But to answer your question, any job openings that we have would be listed on upjobs.com.
Okay, thank you very much. We have time for one more question.
Hello, my name is Michael, and I'm from Michigan. I was wondering about the skills necessary for rebuilding the engine. Is it skills that were commonly used, or did you have to relearn how to remanufacture the engine?
The skills and talent techniques, they're pretty common to all big machines. Welding, fabricating, sheet metal work, heavy metal fabricating. Modern CAD design allows a lot of the ability to take the 1940s drawings. When we started with the 844, we had an opportunity to start rebuilding the shop. Nearly all of the boiler tools and many of the hand tools that we had for years were just far too worn out. They weren't really usable. The taps were worn, all the rivet tools and staple tools. So we made all new tooling for that. And so that allowed us to get into position for the big rebuild. The 844 work scope was actually pretty significant. We replaced 435 bay bolts. We replaced 800 on this one. But to answer your question specifically, it's just good old-fashioned hard work where you have good fit and finish skills. So when you manufacture components, you're always with an eye toward accuracy, following the blueprints, following the original design to the extent it's possible. Some of the things we've done, we've made it very pretty and very nice. When they were mass producing these locomotives, they put them together. They were very well built. They were a work of art in many respects, but there's parts of this locomotive that if the original builder saw it, they would be very proud of the work Union Pacific did.
Thank you very much. We're going to be back this afternoon at 1 p.m. for another Q&A. And Ed, do you have any final message you'd like to get across here?
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out here. A lot of people have driven a long way to see this locomotive, and we thank you very much for that. If you have an opportunity, come up and visit with us. We'll be up by the locomotive. You really can't tell, but the locomotive is under fire right now. That beautiful oil conversion, not a wisp of smoke coming out of it. We're working our way up to 300 pounds of pressure. Most of our servicing work is done, so we'll have some opportunity to stand around and visit with everybody. And I would also like to ask those of you who are on social media, if you're not already a member of our Steam Club page, you can go join our Steam Club. That's where we announce all of our operational details, our planning, we share updates, share pictures, and you can share your pictures and videos as well. Tell stories about the big boy, and you can help us spread the safety message. As I mentioned at the beginning of our talk, how important it is to stay 25 feet back. Remember that all of the railroad tracks, most of the area we travel is a steel freeway with two, not just one, but two lines. Sometimes there's more than two lines. Both of those tracks are always active. So while you're standing there waiting for the big boy, do not be on either one of those tracks. Keep your wits about you, because there could be another train coming. This big steel freeway that runs across America, down into St. Louis and down into Texas and all across the United States, those are active main lines. So remember, how many feet back do we want you to be? 25! At least 25 feet back. And at no time is absolutely forbidden to ever take a selfie within 25 feet of any train, especially the big boys. You can take a selfie, but you got to be 25 feet back. If you're closer than 25 feet back, Austin's going to frown at you. We're going to frown at you, and we're not going to be smiling. But in all seriousness, please help us spread that message, and we thank you very much. Thank you very much for this opportunity.